myself, where you are called upon to give a speech or speak in a meeting, and it's more or less like deer in the headlight look, or you're on stage and your brain just takes a vacation on you and leaves you stranded. I've been there. But today I'm going to go over some of the things that have helped me Hi everyone, my name is Shala and I am the founder of Activate Her Purpose. Activate Her Purpose empowers women to step boldly into our calling, embrace our gifts, and take action. Live the life that we are meant to live with confidence. If this is your first time, welcome, thank you. This is literally my second video. So welcome and thank you for coming back. Today's topic, as I said in the last video, is about effective communication and public speaking. And this is something that women and men, literally everyone, have either had to improve on or are just terrified of. I know I have been in that position myself, where you are called upon to give a speech or speak in a meeting, and it's more or less like deer in the headlight look, or you're on stage and your brain just takes a vacation on you and leaves you stranded. I've been there. But today I'm going to go over some of the things that have helped me become a better communicator or a better speaker. Obviously, this is not an exhaustive list. However, this is something that I feel like many women either need to hear or help us to improve in our public speaking game. This is something that I feel like no matter who you are, you're gonna have to either speak in public one time or the other. And I feel like this is the time to let's level up. 2025, I said it last video, this is the year we're not shrinking back. We're stepping out boldly into our purpose and embracing everything that God has put in us. In public speaking, effective communication is absolutely one of them. So let's start. And one of the things that I would say that I learned when it comes to speaking in public is try as much as possible to grab the attention of the audience as early as possible. So you can do that with humor. If you know you have a little bit of a humor side, you can leverage that. Find something that you could catch their attention with very early on. If it's something that, may be thought-provoking, use that in your speech right away, because there's research that has been done that if you can, especially with humor, if you can open up and make people laugh, especially the audience that you want to speak to, you are opening up the side of their brain that will allow them to receive what you're saying more easily, and you want to do that very early on in your speech. Make sure it aligns with your personality. Don't go up in there and just try and copy someone and copy paste, because it may bomb. Do what feels right to you and something that will resonate with your audience. So you definitely have to know your audience and know who you're speaking to. So that's one thing that has helped me over the years. Another thing I would say is your presence, your body language speaks volumes. A lot of us don't realize it, that the way you come across, even before you utter one word, makes a huge difference. I remember a class that I was taking, and they had us come up impromptu, come up to the front and give a speech about anything that we were comfortable talking about. But I remember, and then they made us watch it back. I remember going up on stage, feeling myself. I was like, I got this, I know what I'm talking about. When I watched that video over, I saw myself pacing up and down the stage. I'm thinking to myself, where are you going, girl? But yeah, make sure that when you get on the stage that you're intentional. Even your movements, stand strong, stand tall, put your shoulders back, make eye contact. Sometimes I would strategically look at 3 corners of the room and either pick a few people to make eye contact with. This helps you connect with your audience, and it puts you at ease too, especially when you're looking at somebody who's actually giving you good energy or good smiles or feedback. It feeds whatever you're saying, and it helps in confidence. It helps you boost your confidence. So definitely bear in mind and always be aware of your body language in your speeches, whether it's you're at work, whether you're selling something. A lot of people are in the business of selling. You want to project a positive energy for the person who you're speaking to. So pay attention to your body language and to your presence. Another thing that I would say is I alluded to it earlier, know your audience. Know the person or the people that you will be talking about. Do some research. If you're talking to a group of women, or if you're talking to a mixed group, or if you're talking to children, know that and know how you tailor your message to the audience that you're speaking to. That will help you connect better with your audience. For instance, if you're talking to a group of 7th graders and you want to describe to them what you do, you don't want to say it in a way that goes all the way over their head and they have no idea what you're talking about, especially when you use acronyms or all these jargons that we're so used to, that is a whole different language, a whole language in and of itself. You want to break it down so that even a 4-year-old can understand what you're talking about or who you are. You know, for instance, I'm in the quality assurance field or quality assurance analyst. I'm not going to tell a 7th grader I'm a QA, analyst. I'm going to tell them that, guess what? When you play your video games or you're on an app, guess who the person is? When you find those glitches in your system or something doesn't work just right, guess who the person is that goes in to analyze the reasons why and reports these issues and asks them to fix it? That is where I come in. And a 7th grader will look at you and kind of understand where you're coming from. So that's what I mean when I say know your audience, know who you're speaking to. Research it before you even come up to talk during your speech, and you will connect better with your audience. Another thing that is so common, I've seen it over and over again. People come in and they think that, oh, I saw this person speaking and they did such a great job, and they come and try and copy that person's style or this person's voice. Girl, don't do that. Do not do that. Speak in your own voice. I love the quote from Oscar Wilde that says, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. That is so true. Do not be a copy paste. You have your own voice, and everyone is there to hear you, not someone else. No matter how much that you feel that there's someone that is doing something better, you have come with a gift that God has given you. Come and share that gift. I'm here today not as someone who knows it all when it comes to effective communication in public speaking. I've heard so many brilliant speakers talk about this topic, but guess what? No one is gonna talk about it in the way that I would. Hopefully, when you guys listen to this, or you girls listen to this, and women, that you will hear something that resonates with you, or you are someone who actually can relate to what I'm feeling or what I've said, and that if that happens and when that happens, I've done my job as a speaker. In the same way, if you are asked to speak about a topic, or you find yourself in a meeting where you have to share your idea, come in your own voice. People want to hear from you and not a overly filtered version of you. Yes, practice. Yes, polish it up. But always remember that your voice matters and it's valid. Another thing that I would say is simplify your message. Make your message so simple to its basic form. And I alluded to it earlier when we were talking about, knowing your audience. Simplify it to the point where someone who's listening to it doesn't have to do acrobatics in their mind to understand what you're talking about. You will lose them in seconds. Make sure that you don't assume that everybody knows what you're talking about or the context of what you're talking about. Simplify it, break it down. Make sure that you don't give them more work to do. Let the message be as clear as possible. Remove all of the jargon, remove all of the acronyms that may not translate well to your audience, and simplify that message. This one is something that I feel that is underrated, but it makes all of the difference. Practice. Please, before you go and give a speech or talk, or if you know that something is coming up, practice as much as possible. This is something that sometimes a lot of us procrastinate on, or we just don't feel like doing it. But I've noticed that the speeches or the conversations that I've practiced a little bit have made a better impact, because guess what? I know some of the flaws in areas that I have to improve on, and I'm not doing that improvement in real time. No, it's not going to be perfect. No, it's not going to be, exactly the way that you want it. But guess what? When you practice, you begin to become more confident in what you're talking about as well. When you practice, you record yourself, listen to it back. You see the areas that need to be improved. You even come up with even more things to talk about when you listen back to what you're saying. Ask a friend, ask your partner, ask your husband, your wife to critique it. Be okay with feedback, and then go for your speech, and you'll see that it will be 1,000 times better than if you had not practiced. So please don't underestimate the power of practicing. This point is something that I feel like we as women underestimate the power of our story. All of us have a story. I don't care where you're from or who you are. You have a story to tell. Be okay with telling that story. It might not be the same story that somebody else has, but you absolutely have a story to tell. And it is your greatest asset. Share a part of your journey, like I'm doing today. Today, I am sharing my journey. I'm sharing some of the things I've learned along the way. And I believe that you on the other side of this camera will be able to resonate with it. I know I'm not the only one that has had to, step up on stage or be in a meeting where I'm called all of a sudden to give my idea or share a point. And I know you have too. So me sharing that part of my life gives comfort to you to know that, hey, I'm not the only one here. And if she can do it, or if she can get behind this camera, especially when it's not in my comfort zone to do, I'm stepping out, maybe I can do the same. So please share your story. God has given us a gift and a light. We should not be hiding under a bushel, the Bible says. And a bushel is a stool. Don't hide your light. Let your light shine before men, and God will get the glory for it through your life. So please Don't be afraid to share your story. It has a great impact in the lives of people. Build your credibility. It's going to be messy at first. It's not going to be perfect, but begin to build upon the things that you're doing. Be okay with the unpolished parts of your life. Be okay with building from scratch. The people who are at the top right now did not start at the top. None of us start at the top. You have to start from somewhere and be okay with that. The more you speak, the more you engage, the confidence comes. That's one thing that I know, that a lot of us are waiting for confidence to be there before we take action. It doesn't come until you begin to take action. And then you start realizing, wait a minute, this is not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So begin to build your credibility by starting from scratch. Yes, start from where you are, sis. You can do this. You can do this. Build early. If you have to do it afraid, do it afraid. Go for it. Go for that thing that you've always thought about in your life that you feel like, I can't do this. Why? Because you're afraid. Do it and watch God bless the work of your hands. Another point that I would say is begin to build community. And that's one of the goals of this channel, is to build community, build a community of women where we have a safe space to discuss and share ideas and share experiences so that we can grow together. There's a cumulative effect of women coming together and sharing our experiences, sharing our ideas, and it just begins to expand our territory. And that's absolutely what this channel is for us. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Let's do this together. Let's build this community of women who step boldly into our calling and embrace the gifts that God has given us. And lastly, when you've delivered your speech and you're ready to end it, remember to give your audience a call to action. In fact, if you've come to the end of this video and you watch to the end, you guys are the MVPs. Thank you so much for watching. And my call to action is, think about something in your life that has held you back, especially in the area of communication, in the area of public speaking, that you have had to overcome or you're still trying to overcome. Let me hear it in the comment section, and some of the things that have helped you along the way and what you plan to do going forward based on what you've heard today, and some of the things that maybe wasn't on the list that have helped you along the way. As women, we need to begin to start stepping out in faith, stepping out boldly. I've spoken and coached a lot of women and mentored a lot of women that have thought to themselves, oh, I have nothing to say. I'm not sure if if it makes sense or if anyone wants to hear that. And then they come out with a topic and they blow everyone away. 2025 is the year that we are no longer shrinking back in our calling, in our gifting. Let us speak up. You do not have to start from the top. You can start from where you are. That is where I am. Even with this journey on this channel, I'm literally starting from the bottom, because there's some things that I know that I don't know. And there's some things that I'm gonna have to learn along the way. So that's the call to action. I would say, let's step out boldly. Let's identify some of the areas of our lives that we have not really embraced fully and begin to do so. Once you begin to do that, you will see that the confidence that we're looking for will come. Action precedes confidence. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Please share, like, and subscribe. I know I just jumbled the whole order of that, but you know what I mean. Put in the comment section what you learned from this video and let me know some of your ideas that have helped you in your effective communication and collaboration in public speaking game. Thank you so much and have a great day.